Hey everyone, Shabba Gamer here and welcome back to the Gibraltar Challenge here on Football Manager 2016. And welcome back to the episode where I completely realised that I was wrong. Evidently, we are actually in the Europa League group stage. Hooray! See, I got confused. I thought it was strange last episode. I said about it, didn't I, where if you get knocked out in the third qualifying stage, you go into the Europa League playoff. But if you go through to the Champions League playoff, you don't get any reward. But evidently you do get a reward. You go straight into the Europa League group stage, which is fantastic, which means we've got a chance to still have a run in Europe this year, get some more money in, build our reputation again, and hopefully be able to bring in some bigger and better players as time goes on as well. So we are back here and we are going to, first things first, watch our draw. There's a lot of groups in this. It looks like it's 4 teams per group still. We are seeded in group number 4, so we are going to have a pretty difficult group, I think. But you never know, we could end up okay. And we beat Dunfermline last year, and there's a couple of teams now I wouldn't mind having. But let's go straight on to it. Let's go to the automatic draw. Let's build up the tension. It's sort of a shame we don't have our draw seed 4 first, because that'd be quite nice to know exactly who we're going to get one by one rather than all in one go. But we can sort of look at what sort of group we would rather have. Do we want to have a big group with difficult teams that we can pit ourselves against, or do we want to have an easier group where we can potentially get a chance of doing well? I think our target is not to finish bottom of the group. I think that's going to be our target. I know that sounds a little bit like a cop-out, but I think we're still at the level where that should be our sort of target. I don't think we're good enough to try and win the group. If you look at all the teams in the top of the group in seed number 1, they're all looking pretty strong, aren't they? The moment, I'm thinking Dynamo Kiev, Group J, could be the easiest. With Trabzonspor as well. I don't think none of the groups are going to be easy, but they're not. None of the groups are going to be easy, but they should be a bit easier than what we had last year in the Champions League. Don't get me wrong. See, Group D looks okay. Belenenses and Krasnodar. Of course, I can't even say half these teams, can I? Inter's difficult, aren't they? But still. Group H doesn't look too bad either. I don't want Group I. Group J could be okay. Here we go. So we're not in A. We're not in B. We're not in C. D will be okay. No, we're not in D either. No E. Not F. We're in G. G's not bad. Steaua Bucharest, AK Athens and Dortmund. That's not bad. It could have been worse, I think. Could have been worse. So we are in Group G. We've got Dortmund, Steaua Bucharest and AK Athens. We could pull off some points here. We need to finish in the top 2 to go through to the knockout stage. So we ideally need to beat AK and Steaua Bucharest probably at least once each, and then maybe draw the second game to have a chance of going through, really. But yeah, that's looking pretty good. I'm happy with that group. It could have been worse. It could have been better, don't get me wrong, but it could have been worse. So let's have a quick look at the schedule, how that all plans out now. We're going to have to whiz forward a couple of days first, aren't we? And then we'll be able to see exactly what it plans us in for the schedule. Come on, don't take too long to load now. Can we go back? Let's just browse, shall we? Does it allow us to browse? Oh, it's going to take a really long time again. Let's do some filler. Yay. Come on. I do apologise for this lengthy loading. I just want to go to the schedule and see who we're going to be facing in which order. And then we can establish what we're going to be doing in this episode. There we go. Right. So we're going to start things off with AK Athens. So in this episode, we will play in the Pepe Reyes Cup final. So you get to see the Cup final. And then we'll have the Europa League or the Euro Cup Group G match at home to AK Athens. Be pretty good. But before we go on to the Pepe Reyes Cup, we have made a few more transfers since the last episode. So let's have a quick weasel into that. Right, where do we go? We start off here with Loran, who cost us 500,000. So it's a big investment. I know we got some money in, so I decided to spend some of it on our biggest transfer of the summer, really. And it's a little bit of a surprise considering we got Simplice McKendy a couple of episodes back, a really good centre back. I went for another centre-back, and somebody in my scout said he had a really big future ahead of him. He's only 19 years old. He is a Brazilian centre-back. I think he's going to need to build him up a little bit, really. See, we brought him for £500,000. We brought him for £100,000 more than what FC Porto B brought him for from Flemish. So he's got a good potential, I think. We'll keep him around and hopefully he can build himself into something else. Another player who has got good potentials but not quite there yet, I think, is this guy, Martin Hernandez. It's a tricky one, this one. He was on the transfer list, which is why we got him for so cheap. Wages-wise, he's on a little bit. So I think, really, if we can definitely use him as a backup player for those attacking positions, but hopefully he can start to build into the potential he might have. Again, the scouts liked him, but he comes in and the coaches don't. But I'm more inclined to trust the scouts than the coaches, to tell the truth. Next one, another player on the transfer list. Very, very good goalkeeper. Look at this one, Alexander Tarasov, the Russian goalkeeper. Looks to be a very, very good player. Very good player, actually. He might actually be our number one goalkeeper for a while. I think it'll be between him and Ramito to share that position, but he looks to be a very, very good player at 23 years of age. And our final one, really someone more for the future, I think, Andriy Bjorn Stilson. Again, another person that the scouts thought was really good. He's only 16 years of age. We brought him in anyway as a free transfer, so there's no risk involved, really. We're going to bung him down the reserves for a few years, see how he gets on, and you never know, he might end up being a very, very good player. Again, the coaches don't rate him too much potential-wise, but then again, the scouts did rate him. So again, it's going to be down to how good the coaches are compared to the scouts. So yeah, let's whiz forward now to the Pepe Reyes Cup and see if we can confirm our first silverware of the season. And here we are. A click of the fingers for you to get, well, a quick scene change for you. But for me, this has been about 20 minutes worth of gameplay to get to this point from the last time we spoke. It's taken a lot longer than I thought it would. But there we go, we're finally here. Team today is very interesting. We do have Glasses United in this Pepe Reyes Cup. We didn't know that until only a few days ago. I'm not quite sure how it works. I don't know whether Glasses face off against somebody else and then the winner of that comes on to face against us. I should imagine that's probably how it works. So yeah, we've picked a very different team for this one. We do have AEK Athens coming up in a few days' time, so I'm hoping to play a completely different team against them later on. So as you can see, there's a few names on the team sheet, players that we don't normally use. I did want to use quite a few of our new signings today, but unfortunately, majority of them are either away on international duty or injured. So we've only got one new signing. We've got a few different names you might not have seen either at all or for a very, very long time. So we're going to start things off, and we are going to play Alexander Tarasov in goal. He's not part of our Europa League squad because we're really struggling for homegrown players, so I couldn't use him. So he's going to play here today. And as soon as he signed for us, he got a cap for Russia as well, which is pretty cool. I'm a little bit annoyed. I was going to see if we could keep him for a few years and see if he gained Gibraltarian nationality, but Russia's locked him in. Jared Murphy is going to play left-back for this one. Renato Evola is probably going to be our first-choice left-back, so Murphy's going to have to get the games wherever he can. Into the centre-back positions, we're still trying to make Nick Harlton happy so he stays and plays for Gibraltar, but well, we've only got to keep hold of him until the end of this season. He is locked in until the end of this season anyway, so hopefully by the time his contract expires, he will be able to play for the national side. Jim Morrison, another player who is very, very close, I believe. Let's have a quick look. He needs another 285 days, so in another year's time. So in a year's time, Gibraltar's going to have a brand new centre-back pairing of Nick Harlton and Jim Morrison to play for the national side, which is fantastic. Talking of the national side, we're going to be playing Ashley Riley at right back, a player we haven't used in a very, very long time. But I just wanted to have a bit of a different person at right back. He's 26 years old. Wow, he came through the academy. He's been with us now. He didn't come through the academy. He brought him from Europa Point. Brought him from Lincoln Reading, for £68,000 all them years ago. He's been a cracking player for us. These 4 years were his big years, and then I think we became professional and we managed to bring in Jamie Wildman, so he's not played a lot since then. Ashley Allen, a player we brought in last summer, and he only played one game last year. I'm going to try and give him a few more games this year. He's more of a utility player. He can play all across defence, all across midfield, and that defensive midfield spot. He's not a fantastic player, but like I said, very much a utility player who can fit in wherever we need him. Alongside him, we have Felipe, a good Brazilian defensive midfielder, another player who didn't get a lot of football last year. There's a lot of competition at the moment, so it's important to try and give all these players a chance where we can. Into the left-hand side of the pitch, we have Christian Ataganya, a player who's not played a lot of games for us so far, but he has slowly been improving. You can see how good his stats are getting actually on that left-hand side. He's more of he likes to play centrally more, but we're playing him on the left here tonight, and his crossing's not fantastic, so that might not be the best place to play him. But in the centre, we are going to be playing with Adama Jeje, who this is going to be his actual debut, probably. He might have actually played last season, but in a cup. No, he didn't play a single game for us last season, so this is going to be his debut. Be interesting to see how he gets on. Kwesi Oladipo, a player we've had for a few years now as well. I wonder if he's close. No, he's not. In his another 3 years, Oladipo. He's been with us for a few years now. We brought him in as a sort of utility player as well, playing across these attacking midfield spots. Don't know how much more football he's going to get. And Frank Banning is going to be playing up front for this one. A player who's been on and off for us, really. He's had he's had one game in the Champions League this year and scored a couple of goals as well. So he's done pretty well, and hopefully he's going to do well for us again. I need to make sure that we use him and Bustamante as much as we can, because we've had him for a few years now. Still not played for his national side. So another 3 years keeping a hold of him, and he could play for Gibraltar as well. That's one of the main things we're looking at. No matter what team we put out, we're probably going to dominate. So it's just a case now of really being able to put out the team that's going to help us and Gibraltar as a nation as well. As you can see, the first time a lot of these players have played this season. Harleton's already played 6 games, Murphy's played a couple, and obviously Frank Banning's played that one as well. And obviously a debut for Tarasov in goal as well, so hopefully he's going to get a clean sheet on his debut, and hopefully we're going to get a few goals in this one. Like I said, this team is not our first team. Are they... What? I thought we were expanding that stand. So why is that stand back? I wonder if there's a slight glitch in this, just thinking about it. I don't know if this is classed as an away game, but obviously we're all sharing a stadium, so that stadium should have a stand knocked down. It's not due to be completed until March. So, yeah. Don't know why that is like that for. That's interesting. Hopefully that's just a glitch and the work's not refreshed or something like that. JJ to Philippe into Allen, and we're already on the attack in 4 minutes. It'd be nice to get an early goal, and Frank Banning supplies that on the volley from Oladipo's cross, and we are 1-0 up already. Frank Banning needed to play this match. His match sharpness was down at about 58%, so he needed to play this one, and he started things off very, very well with that volley. It was a cracking goal when you look at it. Allen played it out wide to Oladipo, and just look at Banning on the volley into that top corner. It was a cracking goal. Probably one of the contenders for our goal of the season already, maybe. Who knows? Although that goal that Morgan scored a couple of episodes ago in the Champions League was against Partizan, where he just walloped it from like 40 yards. That was an amazing goal. I think that's probably going to be our goal of the season. I've never seen a goal that good from this team. But there's still time, as Allen plays it out wild to Ataganya. And the thing about this game is that a lot of these players are not our first choice. Like Banning, who's just scored a second goal in the first 8 minutes. A lot of these players are not our first choice, so a lot of them are really going to want to show what they can do here, and they're going to want to make sure they're in my plans for the rest of the season. Obviously, things are going to get tricky with Europa League games. There's going to be a lot of stuff going on. So we did it last year with the Champions League as well. We'll sort of try and play different players in the league to what we do in the Europa League, just to try and make sure everyone's getting enough football, everyone's staying happy. And plus, there's a lot of people that are not in the Europa League squad that are good enough to play first team football, so they'll be doing that in the league more than likely. And can we get a third goal here before the 20-minute mark? Philippe. Banning's on a hat-trick, Allen plays it to Banning. Banning cuts it in to Oladipo. It's a good save. Is Oladipo going to get there again? No, he's not. It's been cleared, but only as far as Philippe, who does play the ball along to Ashley Riley. We're going to try and give a few of the Gibraltarian players a couple of games here and there this season as well. They're sort of wasting away at the moment. That is a penalty. Nicolas Diaz. Oh, wow. Wow, Glasses signed Nicolas Diaz. Right, if you don't know, I'm going to double check that at half time. I've not checked this, right? We released quite a few players in the summer that were no longer good enough to play for us. And I'm pretty sure Nicolas Diaz was one of those. I was going to have a check of that as well to see. We'll look at that in between this game and the next Champions League, or the next Europa League game, sorry. We'll go into the players that we released in the summer and see if they've gone anywhere. I think Nicolas Diaz, who's currently playing for Glasses United, I think he is one of the ones we released. I'm sure he is, And it's also if that does work, that's very interesting, because it means that if we bring players into the country and they change where they're living and then we release them, they're still technically based in this country, so it becomes easier for other clubs in the country to sign him, because that is a massive signing for Glasses United if they've picked up Nicolas Diaz. And it would mean that if he stays at Glasses, then he could become a Gibraltarian player in a few years as well, because he was with us for a couple of years. Philippe, and it's 3-0. Great goal by Philippe. And obviously Nicolas Diaz's defensive work is not as fantastic as we thought it was when we first brought him in, is it? He's getting ripped to shreds here. 21 minutes in with 3-0 up, with effectively our second string side. And probably not even our second string. We've probably got better players in our second string once they come back from international football. We're missing quite a few players, including Bruno Ramito's currently away playing for Australia. Well, I don't know. He's been called up for the Australian squad quite a lot, but he's not necessarily actually getting into the first team. So I don't know whether he is going to be actually getting a cap at some point. Philippe, off the post. Almost made it 4-0. And I tell you what, we're embarrassing this side here now. We are embarrassing Glasses United. Let's have a quick look and see if they can find their team. Glasses stats. Nicolas Diaz. Aloen Gonzalez. I normally check the teams before we come out to me. I didn't in this occasion. I didn't check the teams, and if that is Nicolas Diaz who played for us, then that is great. It's great to see that Glasses have kept him in the country. He stayed in the country as well, and it's going to add to his eligibility for playing for Gibraltar as well. I'm pretty happy about that. As you can probably tell by my excitement when I first saw that he gave away a penalty. Was it a penalty? I can't remember now. It was only a couple of minutes ago and I've forgotten what happened already. So Morgan plays it into Johnson. And it looks like Glasses are on the attack now. Can they score a goal? And Taradov does concede a goal on his debut. And it wasn't a very good one either, was it really? He didn't even dive to try and save it. Obviously it's going to take him a while to get used to playing with us. It's a new team for him, it's a new country, it's a new type of football. But a player who's just been capped for Russia, you'd think he'll do a little bit better in this situation. He didn't even try and save it, really, did he? That's poor, really. So Nicolas Diaz. Nobody else on there I recognise. Can we click on him now? We can click on him here. Nicolas Diaz, Uruguayan centre-back. He's not fantastic, as you can see. Information, eligibility. He's only completed 73 days. Maybe. I'm sure he played for us. We brought him in. He went to Olympique on loan for a season, played 10 games, got 3 assists, and then we released him and he's gone to Glasses United on a free transfer. So I don't know why he's only done 73 days. This should be his 3rd year in the country. Or do you have to gain nationality? So he's done 289 days in the country. But he's only done 73 towards his eligibility. I don't understand how that works. Why is that number not the same? I really don't understand how that works. That doesn't matter, does it? So we'll have a look in between this game and the next to see if any other of our players we released have gone to any of the other clubs in Gibraltar. Diaz could be a special one because essentially he was a player that was low enough reputation to go to another club in Gibraltar on loan, whereas at the moment we're struggling for that. A lot of other players won't go to other clubs on loan. I've tried to send them away. I've tried offering them out, but they won't go. They don't think they're they think they're above that. So there might be a few players that might just have stuck around, because the players we released are the players that are just generally not good enough. So there's a potential that they could stay in the country because they were the ones that were not at our level. Is Nicolas Diaz better than some of the Gibraltarian defenders? I don't know. I don't think he's quite as good as some of the players who came through our academy this season, but still, he's got a good potential. He must have done. We brought him in the first place. He must have a decent potential. So, be interesting to see how that pans out over the next couple of years. Then, of course, he's got to do another 5 years with Glasses before he gains Gibraltarian nationality. So, it'll be interesting to see if he does stick around long term with Glasses or whether he only lasts a season or two and they release him. We'll have to keep an eye on that over the next couple of seasons. So, it looks like we are going to pull off the victory here with 77 minutes in. Anyone want to bring on? No. Let's leave it as it is. Those players that are on the bench are all going to play against AEK Athens. So let's leave it as it is. Some of the players are not had the best of games. Adam Jeje, he's only played a 6.9. Ataganya, just I was about to say his name, he went up by 3. So yeah, he's not had a best game in attacking midfield really, but it was his debut. It can be tricky sometimes. It might take him a while to get into it. We'll give him a few more games this year. He looks like a pretty decent player at Adam Jeje, and Ataganya, I think, is preferred at the central attacking midfielder role as well, so maybe that could be good for us. And there we go. A 3-1 victory here in the Pepe Reyes Cup final. We have won the Pepe Reyes Cup for about the 10th or 11th year in a row. I lose track now. But that is a great way to start our season off. We got ourselves some gold. Philippe got the man of the match with a 9.0 rating after his goal. Banning came close, but Banning scored 2 goals and got 1 assist. That's pretty good for him as well. Right. So, yeah, let's have a quick look now and see other players we released and see if they've gone anywhere. And here we are then. Right. So the first one was Mark Kelly, who's still a free transfer, the Irish striker. Next was Peter Muniesa, who is signed for Gibraltar United. Fantastic. So how does that work with him then? Is he... So he's got Gibraltarian nationality, but he's not showing any eligibility as yet. I don't quite understand how this works. I really don't. So I don't honestly... He's based in Gibraltar. He's a Gibraltarian national. But it doesn't matter because he's already played for Rwanda. That's why it doesn't matter. Okay. But at least he's stuck in the country, so he's going to be quite a good player for them, I think. Better than most of the players that are available. Zaid Ben Yahida. I'm surprised he's not signed somewhere because Gibraltar, Lincoln Redim's had him on loan last year, and then Gibraltar United had him on loan the season before, so I'm surprised that no one signed him up as yet. Jose Delgado is still a free agent. Sadiq Nibombe, Togolese centre-back, is still a free agent. Gustavo Sanchez is still a free agent. Nicolas Diaz, we know, is signed for Glasgow United, which is a good signing for them. Don't know how good he really is. A low rating for the senior side. He's got decent potential, has he? He's our 11th best player in that position if we signed him back. So evidently he's not that great, is he really? Juan Pablo Peña. Nope, he's not gone anywhere. Gabriel Freitas. No, he's not gone anywhere. Or Fleitas. Gordon Village. Nope, he's still a free agent. Pavel Krzysztof. Oh, he's actually gone to a club called Schwink. Or Schnink, something like that. Not stayed in the country though. Roman Gordiev. He has gone to Lynx. So Lynx in the first division have signed Roman Gordiev, the Russian centre-back, to a contract. Interesting. He has completed 249 days of his 1,095 and he's completed 305 of that, so that's interesting again. So he's a possibility, you know, to playing for Gibraltar in the future. Wilson Armando Mora has gone to Gibraltar United on a free transfer. So quite a few of these players are sticking around. And Luis Moreno has gone to Gibraltar United as well. So, you know what? This is good. I like this. There's some players that we no longer needed. We've released them back into the wild. And Gibraltarian sides are picking them up. So we're actually helping the other clubs in Gibraltar pick up some really good players. As you can see, a few players have gone out on loan as well. We said about in the last episode, Zhang Songjae went for 16.25k because of the release clause in his contract. And I had to let him have the release clause because he wasn't going to sign a new contract if he didn't get it. So we would have lost him on a free transfer otherwise. Roger Newby left for $1 million. And then Vedran Angelikovic has gone out on loan. He's a good player. He's one of our top players, but they were offering like 10 grand a month or 7.75k a month, plus paying all of his wages as well. And I thought we might as well. He's not exactly a first choice at the moment, so we might as well get the money in. And he's probably going to come back a better player. He's playing for Hajduk. So yeah, let's stop blabbing on now. Let's get into that first Europa League game against AEK Athens. And here we are, the first match of the Europa League this year. And wow, we're favourites. We are favourites here to beat AEK Athens at home, although I'm a little bit sceptical because of our current situation with our squad. We've got a couple of injuries here and there. It might just weaken us in this one. Team-wise, we've gone for this one right here. It's probably the strongest team we can put out at the moment. It's not too bad, actually, looking at it. Looking at it, it's not too bad. We're just struggling a bit. Dama is injured slightly. He's not 100% fit, so he's going to struggle. Hernandez is making his debut at left midfield, not his favourite position, and again, he's going to struggle. He's not 100% fit. Admasu and Baez are both slight injured, so they're not 100% fit either. So it's been very, very difficult to get a team out for this one, but hopefully this is going to be a good enough team. So we've got Bruno Ramito in goal. Of course, as always, why not? And left back, we bring back Renato Evola, who is actually getting better, isn't he? I think he's around about 25 years old. I don't think he's going to get too much better than what he is now, but still. Simplace McKendy at centre-back. Good player he is, actually. I'm looking forward to seeing how well... He's already played one Europa Cup game for Anderlecht. I'm surprised he's not actually cup-tied. But there you go. Has he got yellow eyes? He's got yellow eyes by the looks of it. He might have... Is it Gaunders? I can't remember what it is called now. Alongside him we have Obeth Betinho, whose stats are a little bit up and down at the moment. That's a bit of a strange one. Hopefully they'll go back in the right direction pretty soon. Now Stefan Dama is the worry. He's only at 82% physical fitness due to some strained ankle ligaments, but we have no other right backs available. We do have Ashley Riley on the right on the bench, who we will probably have to bring on at some point. But I didn't want to start him because he's not our best player, and if Dama can get through most of this game, it should be okay. Into defensive midfield, we have the two strong men of Chris Morgan, an absolute beast of a man, Chris Morgan. 7 caps for Australia now. Alongside him, we have Luis Cabrera, who one of the players we brought in the summer. Fantastic, fantastic player. And this is the sort of games where he needs to show how good of a player he is. Up into attacking midfield, like I said, we do have Martin Hernandez making his debut. A player who's very much going to be a utility player this season, and he's had to come in straight away as Finn Baird. I'm not quite sure if... I can't remember now if he was injured or if he's on international. I think he's actually on international duty. I'm not 100% sure. Sergio Tundi comes into central attacking midfield to fill that gap, and he's looking pretty damn good, isn't he? Of course, Baez is on the bench. He's not 100% fit. He's our normal attacking midfielder in this formation. 80 Day sits there on the right-hand side. Good player, actually. I really like 80 Day. One of the players he brought in the last January, I think it was. Really good player. And up front, we have the Leicester player we brought in the summer, Joe Stevens. Had a very good time for us so far in the Champions League, and I'm hoping Europa League's just going to continue on that nice run of skill and football and all that sort of stuff. So AEK, I don't know what they've got as any... Well, no point in looking, really. We're not going to recognise their names. We're that far into the game now. There's no one recognisable, is there? So everyone is... oh, God. Come on. We're the favourites. We are the favourites. Let's tell them we have faith in them then. Try and get some green to combat those red ones. Right, so let's go. Let us go. I think we can do this. And again, that stand is back. I'm not quite sure why that stand is back. I'm hoping the game's... Oh, it's gone now. It's gone now. I was going to say, I'm hoping the game's just glitched out. It looks like it has gone, unless the camera angle's from a different side. But we are missing that stand, which should be finished in March. So it'll be ready for next year. And, oh, straight away, Ramito called into action to save that one after a minute and a half. AEK starting this one well. If we can pick up a win here, there's potential we could possibly get through to the second round of this Europa League, get into the knockout stage. That'd be fantastic, but I'm not holding my breath. I said at the beginning when we had the draw for this Europa League, if we don't finish bottom of the group, I'll be happy. But we are favourites for this game against AIK, so we need to show why we are favourites, I should imagine. So Stefan Dama is at 80% health. He's not going to last the full game, but as much as he can last to be better. We do have Ashley Riley. Where's Ashley Riley? Oh no, when I've been messing around with the teams, I've taken him off the bench, haven't I? We don't have Ashley Riley on the bench, so we'll have to try and improvise somebody in there. As it looks like it's going to be another attack from them, is it? Unless we can steal the ball back. Come on, get the ball back, lads. Come on. Pasalis. Plays it forward. Good header by Patinho. Forward, and Day picks it up. No. And Patinho's out of position here. Oh, cuts him. Fantastic. Oh, what a goal. Wow. AEK Athens. Catch us there. Patinho was caught out of position. He came forward and headed that ball clear. And then as the ball came back, Patinho was just out of position. But this, such great work. And look at the power behind that shot. It was a great goal. It's disappointing we're 1-0 down, but You don't save those, do you? We need to come from behind now on this one. And there's no reason why we can't. We're a very qualified team, very good players. Surely we can do well in this one, which we can come from behind. So they've got a free kick now. Pasales plays it forward to Schaefer. To Vargas, and they're coming forward again. This is a little bit of a worry. We don't want to go 2-0 down here at home. Granted, we are, like I said, I think we are probably the weakest team in the group. But we are favourites for this match, and we need to build upon that. We do have the ball back. McKendy plays a big ball forward, and Stevens is going to get on this. So we do have a counter-attack. This highlight looks like it is going to be ours. Stevens cuts inside. Oh, come on, Stevens. We paid £500,000 for you. Surely you've got to be putting that in the back of the net. I could have scored that. Well, let's not go too far, but yeah. So another highlight. This has been a very back and forth game so far. Now Day heads it clear. It's going to go as far as Miguel, who plays it into Scheffler. Back out to Lorenzen. Third time lucky, eh? Mafio. It's a cool name, isn't it? Come on, get the ball back. There we go. Dama does cut the ball out, and we potentially going to hit him on another counter-attack. And he plays a big ball, and is Stevens going to get on the end of that? No. Guerrero, the goalkeeper, does. So that's a little bit disappointing. Thought we could have had a chance there. Guerrero, looks like the end of the highlight is not there, though. Patino heads it forward once again to Stevens, and it looks like we are actually getting a lot of the ball, so we may have conceded a goal, but oh, Hernandez at the back post. Oh, God. It was an open goal, you tit. Oh, I'm not happy. I know you're on your debut, mate, but you've got to score them. Finn Baird would have scored that. That is not good. We're getting the chances, though, as well, aren't we? That's the problem. We go to match stats. Oh, it's pretty even, actually. We have had 5 shots, only 1 on target. That's the problem. We're just not clinical enough. I've been through this before. 6 shots, 1 on target is not good enough. It really isn't. Patino, can you get the goal before half-time? Oh, he does. Get in. Obeth Patino with the free kick goal. And we go in at half-time 1-1. Well, hopefully. There's still 30 seconds left. But yes, that's what we want to see. Turn this game back around. We want the 3 points in this one. We want the 3 points. Cracking goal. Cracking goal, Gromit. Feel a little bit better now. A little bit better. You know it's good when your centre-back's taking free kicks, doesn't it? Right, so it's a good first half apparently, so we'll do that then. We'll say... the odds are not against us, we're favourites. So we do calm. Calm... I don't even know what to put on. I'm looking for you've been good, but we want to see more from you. Let's go for that. Let's see if it calms them down. It seems to have motivated them a little bit. So basically we just said things have not gone your way so far. And I suppose when you've had 6 shots or 7 shots, 1 on target, or 2 on target, now we scored, didn't we? It sort of does point that that is the case. Things haven't gone our way. But if we can turn this round and get the 3 points after going 1-0 down, that'd be fantastic. Atundi now on the ball. Cuts in nicely, plays it over the top, and Day does pick it up. Comes across, Guerrero catches it. Very well done. So that, I think that must have just been the opening highlight of the half, was it? Hernandez picks it up. Not having the best of debuts, is he? But it's still time for him to turn this one round. Plays it into Cabrera, who finds AD Day. Can he find the net? He does somehow. It took a big deflection, but it's 2-1, and we lead. After being 1-0 down in the first half, we lead here against AEK Athens. Get in. These first 3 points are going to be vital, especially at home against the team that's probably our closest really team to us, really, aren't they? I think we were seeded 4th. They were seeded 3rd. We need to beat this team at home. If we have any chance of getting through, we need to beat this team. Headed clear by Hernandez. We're going to have to... I don't know, Stefan Dama seems to be doing okay at the moment. We might be able to keep him on. Vargas. Come on, we're going to get that ball. 80 Day steals the ball. Brings it forward. Oh, come on, a third would be amazing. A third would be absolutely amazing. 80 Day. Big ball in. And Stevens scores. It's 3-1. Yes, get in. Joe Stevens scores the goal. 80 Day, fantastic bit of work down the right-hand side to find Stevens in the middle. Oh, yes. That's exactly what I wanted. Convincing. And the goal difference is going to help us as well because we don't know how tight this group is going to be. So scoring as many goals as possible. Plus it gives us a 2-goal cushion now in case they make a comeback. And straight from the centre, they could just be doing that. Maybe we should drop back to a counter-attacking style. If they don't score in this, we'll drop back to counter-attacking. Oh, and Evola has fouled their right midfielder. That's certainly a booking or that's just a talking to. That wasn't too bad of a tackle, surely, ref. That's fine, ref. Leave it. Talking to would be fine. Oh, he's reached for his pocket. He's in a yellow card. It's interesting. It's going to be a deep free kick here from Sheffer. Plays it in. Can we clear it? Dama does clear it well to Evola, who plays it forward. And we're on the break once again. Hernandez now down the left-hand side, still looking to spark his debut into life. Plays the ball across to 80 Day into Atundi. Atundi finds Stevens. Or finds 80 Day. He finds the back of the net. It's 4-1. And my word, have we turned this one round. We have really turned this one round. So now we can afford to take a little bit of a calculated risk. Stevens, I thought Stevens had really lost the opportunity with that poor first touch, but 80 Day was found in the middle of the area with a lot of space. Now, calculated risk. So we don't have any right backs on the bench, but we do have Jared Murphy. It's not his favoured position, but he's not actually too bad in it, thankfully enough. So that's pretty good. I'm happy about that. Anyone else who want to try and bring on? You know what? Let's bring on Ashley Miller in place of Serge Atundi. No, let's bring him on in place of 80 Day, and then we'll put Atundi back out wide because we don't want to risk Day getting injured because he's a very vital part of our squad at the moment. So Ashley Miller, we're actually bringing on a Gibraltarian player, and we're taking Dama off as well, just to save him, just in case of any potential niggle with that injury. It's ankle ligaments. That's a big, big risk. So by taking him off and bringing on Jared Murphy, it just keeps him safe. And same with 80 Day. We don't want Day to risk getting injured. Let's drop back to a counter-attacking style as well. Let's soak up the pressure, break on him. And then if we can keep this 4-0 lead, I'll be very happy. Steaua Bucharest are losing to Dortmund, which is actually a good thing for us. We want Dortmund to beat Steaua and AEK in both games, home and away. That's going to be our best chance of getting through, as if both those teams definitely lose to Dortmund. And then if they draw with each other as well, that's even better. What a great... I tell you what, I'm actually quite glad we got into the Europa League. I know there's a lot more money in the Champions League, but the Europa League is a competition where we are at a decent level, a competition where we can actually compete. Then again, we did very well in the Champions League last year. We beat Barcelona. I know I keep mentioning it. We drew with Barcelona as well. We drew with Marseille, so we did pretty well last year. We got 5 points in that Champions League group. But I'm hoping that in this Europa League we can get through to the first knockout stage. I'm hoping we can. Etundi now, and there it is, a full-time whistle, 4-1 win against AEK Athens. I don't think that's going to put us top of the group because I think Dortmund might... Well, we might be actually, if Dortmund only won 3-0. There we go, everyone's extremely delighted, and as you should be, with a fantastic result. 80 Day got man of the match with a 9.4 rating after his 2 goals and his 1 assist. So we took him off before he had a chance to really get himself a hat-trick, which he's probably a little bit annoyed about. So there we go, we are top of the group because we scored 4 goals to Dortmund's 3. So yeah, we are looking very good. We're top of the group at the moment. Don't know who we got next. Let's have a quick look, and then we'll discuss what our next episode is going to be. So it looks like we're probably going to come back almost straight away here. We'll have Gibraltar Phoenix at home, and then we've got Dortmund away. So a couple of really good games there. And then we'll probably end up doing Britannia, then Steaua. And we'll probably do Links off camera, and then we'll do St. Joseph's and Steaua. Well, no, we'll probably do Steaua and... no, we'll do St. Joseph's and Steaua. And then we'll do Cannons, AEK, Phoenix, Dortmund. So it's there's a lot more episodes coming up this season, a lot more than what we thought they were going to be, weren't we? We were going to skip forward to March, and then all of a sudden now we're going to be going through to almost the end of the year in the Europa League. Hopefully we can get through to the knockout stage. That'd be fantastic. One thing I've just found out for after the game is that we get £275,000 for winning a game in the Europa League. So it's going to help us boost up our finances as well as we go along. it's just great. I'm so happy. Surprised Europa League is really going to help us out. Cracking result for us as well. A 4-1 win in our first game against AEK. Dortmund's going to be a lot more difficult, but you never know. Steaua Bucharest, the team that's beatable. If we can beat Steaua and we can beat AEK again, that gives us 9 points. And that might just be enough to put us through. We'll have to wait and see what happens. Anyway, that is the end of this episode. I hope you have enjoyed it. Of course, if you have, then don't be a slouch. Hit that like button. It does really help me out. And of course, if you are new around here, be sure to hit that subscribe button as well for a lot more of the Gibraltar Challenge. I've been Shabby Gamer. Thank you very much for watching. And I'll see you all very, very soon for that next episode against Gibraltar Phoenix and away at Dortmund.